Hi once again, welcome to the WebEd series. I'm Mima. Before moving forward, I'd like to thank everyone for supporting the growth of my channel so far. And today's video will be a continuation from last. And before I really go deep, here's a trivia for you guys. How many HTML versions have existed since the early days of web programming? Now, I'll be providing you with the answer come the end of the video, so please stay tuned. In our previous video, we started off with body content that contained a heading as well as a paragraph. So what we're going to be starting with today is an alternative tag to the paragraph tag. So what we're going to do first is to take out this paragraph tag, and while I'm doing this is that whilst I was trying to show you an example, even without the paragraph tag, as long as you have made use of a heading, once you reload, it's still going to be the same. The heading automatically creates a paragraph beneath it. Alright, so we're going to type something else just beneath this, and then we're going to make use of the paragraph tag over there, and we're going to type testing. We're going to close this off. Now when we do this and we go back to the page, you can see there's actual paragraph. Okay, so if you take note, you'd see that there's a space. We want to eliminate this space. This space is mostly here, like we said, because of the new paragraph. So what if you want to continue a line from the first line just beneath it? We're going to make use of what we call the breaking space. So we're going to replace the paragraph tag with the breaking space. Now the breaking space simply just has a line carriage without any spacing, and it's an empty tag. Yes, it's an empty tag. An empty tag usually opens and closes inside the same pair of braces. So BR space and a backslash. Now when we save this and we reload, you can see that testing is now closer, almost as if this is simply a continuation from the first line. So that is that about the breaking space. Now we can go ahead and start formatting text however we see fit. Now you are going to ask yourself, what is formatting? Yes, so formatting is actually when a user is able to adjust their text style, their text size, text color, the background of wherever their text is being placed, kind of like how you do in Microsoft Word. So we're going to learn how to format our text. So what we're going to do, so we're going to start with the most basic one, which is bold. Basically we want to learn how to make our text bold. So we'll put a text here and say this is bold. And then we close it there like that. Okay, and then we save, and then we go back here and reload, and this is bold. Well, yes, we're actually supposed to give a space before we start that off, so we just do this like this, save, come back here, and there it is. This is bold. And we can still use a similar tag if we wanted to. That still would probably mean the same thing, a bit with just a little difference, and that's the strong tag. Now we're going to say this is strong, and we're going to close it also with strong. And there we go. Before we make use of anyone, we're just going to keep spacing them and spacing them. We're not really designing anything of use, at least not yet, so don't bother about that. So we come back here and reload. Now you can see that there's no difference. Not really. All you just want is to make your text bold. So you can make use of bold, you can make use of strong, and to give you the same outcome. Similarly, we have the I or italics tag. and we also have the emphasis tag. And then we save and we reload. So they basically also do the same thing. They both give a slanty style, also known as italics, impression on whatever text that's within them. And then we have one that's just where it is. So you don't really need to start looking for an alternative, and that's the underline tag. So what the underline tag does is straightforward, as I just put it. It underlines wherever it is on, as you can see there. Don't worry about the text. If you want to underline, good for you. So we're going to just do that. There we go. This is underlined. Okay, so coming back here, before we go on, I want you to take note of something here, and that is that most of the formatting tags I've made use of basically utilize the first or the second alphabet of whatever it is they represent. Emphasis, EM, U underline, right? B bold, I italics. S strong is strong, so no need for that. Okay, so those are the first basic tags we use when trying to format our text. The next ones we're going to focus on are the small and the big tag. Basically what they do, as the name implies, is to make the text either smaller than it's supposed to be or bigger than it's supposed to be. So first we're going to make use of the small. As you can see, the text has gotten smaller. Don't worry about the content here. The content could be anything. For now, focus on the tag. And then we come and put big. And you can see it's now bigger than the rest. So that is how we make use of both the small and the big tags to alter the size of whatever text we want. Okay, now if you need to show that a particular text has been deleted from your web page and you want people to know exactly the text that has been deleted, you make use of the del tag. So as you can see, with the small and the big and now the del, we're now using more than 2 alphabets. In this case, we're using 3. The first 3 letters of delete. And then we can now put this is old. And then we close our tag too. And then we save. And then we go back here. And there it is. It is struck out as you intended, to show people that it's no longer there. And then you can simply put a comma and then type this is new, full stop. Sorry, didn't save that guy there. And then we go back and we reload. And then you see what we're trying to talk about here. You're trying to show someone that there was an old text and there's a new one. Now, alternatively, we have a situation where you want to insert something that wasn't there before, whilst continuing whatever it is that was there before. So we change it to this is current and this is new. Yeah, okay, cool. And then we save, and then we go back here and we reload. Oh, sorry. To show a new text, we use the insert tag. I forgot to put that. Represented with INS, the first 3 alphabets of insert. And then we save, and then we go reload, and it's underlined. Yes, so that's showing you. You could still use the U tag, but it's a choice. Yeah, it's basically your choice. So basically, these are the more commonly used formatting tools, basic formatting tools for HTML. But there's still a few more that are mostly used in other contexts. And when I say other context, I mean, what if somebody is trying to put up a page that has to do with mathematics or some form of arithmetic? Now that takes us to the subscript and the superscript. Now, for a mathematician, where can we make use of subscript? We can use subscript when writing out log. Yes, so we have, let's say, log 10 equals 100. Now we know that log 100 is equal to 10. So what we're going to do, log 100 equals to 2. My brain seems scrambled right now. So this is how it's supposed to appear. Log 100 equals to 2. Now we know that that is in base 10. Now the problem is, if you try writing this like this, and you save, and you go back here, it's going to come out quite not like how it would be if you wrote it on a notebook. So instead, we put this 10 in a tag called the subscript tag, so that it's going to appear as it should be if we were writing on a notebook. And then we save again, come back here, and we reload. And this is messed up. What did I just do? Oh my bad. I didn't close this guy. Okay, and then we save it, and then we reload, and there we are. You can see that the size of 10 has shrunk down where the G is. So anybody that's good in your mathematics, this a person would understand better than it was the first time. And then what if you want to tell somebody that you are talking about 10 raised to the power of x? Now if you leave this as it is and you save and reload on the page, this is how it's going to come out. What we want x to appear at the top. So what we're going to do is that we're going to use the superscript. Please do not forget to close it like I did earlier. There we go. And x is now at the top. So that is how we make use of the subscript and the superscript. Sub sub, sup super. Okay. And then lastly, we're going to talk about what is usually referred to as the monotype text. The monotype text is also referred to as a teletype text. And as a result, the tag usually appears TT. So you ask yourself, what exactly is monotype? Monotype means when a text appears as it is by default on a particular text editor. So what we're going to do is we're going to come down here, and then we'd say this appears exactly as it does on my text editor, and then we're going to close it with this. And then we save, then we come back here, and you can see the difference between this and the other text up there. So that is how we make use of the teletext editor. Thank you very much. And with that, we've come to the end of this video. But first, I gave you a trivia question earlier. So the versions of HTML that exist include the original one, which is reaching out as HTML, and that was in vogue as far back as 1991. And then the second one is the HTML 2.0, which was incorporated in 1995. And then the third one is the HTML 3.2. HTML 3.2 was brought into existence in 1997, followed by HTML 4.01, which became a thing in 1999. And then we had XHTML, which was incorporated in the year 2000, and what we're using since 2014 is the HTML5. So these are various versions of HTML to date. I'm not quite sure when they'll do a new one, but I'm not complaining. Everything we're using now works perfectly. Fun fact: the teletype tag or the monotype tag, whichever one you want to use, is not supported on the HTML5. Not really. Yeah, so we've come to the end of the video, and I'd like to thank you all for sticking with me. And if you enjoyed the video, please don't forget to click the like button and also subscribe for more great content. See you next time, and have yourself a beautiful week ahead.